Scribd Audio presents Grey Widow's Walk by Dan Jolley. Read for you by Kristin James. For Tracy, always. 1. Preoccupied with thoughts of body armor and blunt instruments, Janey Sinclair locked her apartment door and walked down the 9th floor hallway of the LaCroix building to the elevator. It opened with a thunk and an off-key chime after a brief wait, and Janey stepped inside. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the debut. She knew she was ready for it. Still, her stomach had been uneasy all day, and she had a few hours to go yet before sundown. A pair of college students already stood in the elevator, a boy and a girl sharing each other's personal space, and Janey nodded to them neutrally. They didn't respond except to stare at her, so Janey watched the red electric numbers until the doors opened again on the ground floor. She suspected the students had stared at her the whole way down. They moved past her toward the entrance, and she deliberately turned her head to avoid any further eye contact. The girl started giggling as the couple left the building. Janey stopped outside the office door and pulled her rent check from her shirt pocket. She was dressed as she usually did, loose, faded jeans, running shoes, and a hugely baggy button shirt. Her only jewelry, aside from a wristwatch, was a simple silver cross on a steel chain around her neck. Janey touched her recently and drastically shortened chestnut locks. For as long as she could remember, she had worn her hair in a glorious curly mane that floated around her head and cascaded down her back. Now the mane was gone, and what hair she had left clung to the top of her head in a thatch of tight, springy coils. She couldn't deny the functionality. The mask fit much better this way. But she still felt self-conscious about it. Not that she needed anything new to help her feel self-conscious. At her first showing, she had overheard a buyer talking about her, so she ducked behind a faux Greek column and listened. The buyer, a woman in her 50s with skin baked into leather by years of tanning beds, said, "Not exactly what you'd call a beautiful woman, but she's got a lot of character, doesn't she? And so tall." Janey put her hand on the office doorknob and began to turn it when a voice from inside stopped her. A man's voice.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?